Okay, in this tutorial on Animals v Aliens game template, we're going to look at cutscenes and how you add cutscenes into your version of the game. Okay, here is the cutscene folder. This can be seen inside the optional reskin folder. So here, as I say, you don't have to do anything in the optional reskin folder, but obviously the cutscenes are disabled, hence this is why they're in this folder. But if you do want to add cutscenes in your game, this is how it works. So there's a few example ones here that you will obviously need to reskin if you want to use cutscenes, but they're here purely as an example. And the naming convention for cutscenes is C scene and then a number which represents the level prior that the cutscene will show. So here, C scene 1_1 is just prior to level 1, and this is the first image in the cutscene. Then C scene 1_2, this will mean it's the second image in the cutscene, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 images in the cutscene that appears in level 1. And you can also add in sound effects to link with each of the images in the cutscene. So the naming convention here, CS1, cutscene just before level 1, first image, and that will obviously link that sound effect to that cutscene image. Again, 1, 2 will obviously link with 1, 2 on the MP3s here. So it means you can have a music file or a sound effect for each of the images on the cutscene. Okay, so there you can see 6 images in the scene. Level 27, just before you enter level 27, you can see here there's a demo cutscene. 1, 2, 3, 4 images in that cutscene. Then we've also got level 75, so that's entering into the last level. You've got a cutscene, and then you've got a level 76. There is no level 76, so that is actually the end of game finish cutscene. So these are here just as a demo to show how you do that. So obviously when you create your game, just put in CSC scene and then the number of the level that you want the scene to show just prior, and then obviously name them _1 to however many images you want in the cutscene. Head on over to Animals v Aliens app and play the game, and you'll see exactly how all the cutscenes work. Okay, so once you've designed and set out your cutscenes and appropriate sound effects, then head over to the game project, and from here in the game config file, you head on down to cutscene control. It's quite near the top. Cutscene control, and then you can just read here what you need to do. So this is telling you a bit about the cutscenes. So if define enable cutscenes is set to 1 on line below, cutscenes are enabled. Set as 0 to disable cutscenes. So by default this is a 0. So make sure you change this to a 1 if you want cutscenes in your game. Then again, read on. If enable cutscenes set as 1 on line above, that's that one, you need to define the number of cutscenes in your game on line below. So define the number of cutscenes you've got in the game. So there's 4 demo ones at the moment, so that's why it says 4 there, but work out how many there are in yours and put that in there. Then visit cutscene.mm and the cutscene builder, and also gameconfig.mm cutscene IAP define. So you need to visit each of these sections to define the cutscene parameters. So let's just go to the cutscene builder. So I can just copy that in there and put it in the search, and that will then show me the cutscene builder, and it's exactly what I'm after. Okay, so this is how you build those levels. So this block of code here is basically exactly what you want to do. So the bits to look at are the bits in blue, really, and these here. So if n level equals 1, that means as you enter level 1, the cutscene count is 6, so there's 6 images in the scene. So make sure there are 6 references here, which is the cutscene images have sound. So if these have got sound, yes, 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 no, yes, yes. So that's obviously image 1, image 2, image 3, 4, no, 5, 6, yes and yes. You can ignore this. This is basically how quickly the transitions between the images in the cutscene move. You can play around with these numbers, but you can just leave them as they are. Again, make sure there are the number that match the cutscene count here. Okay, so that's obviously entering level 1. So else if you enter in level 27, you're going to get 4 images in the cutscene, and none of them have sound. And so there you go. So the best thing to do here is just to copy this statement here like that. Copy it there, and then decide which levels you want, and then simply add them in. So if I want to add in a level 30, for example, I can enter that in there, paste it in, change that to level 30. It's got, say, 6 images in the cutscene, so therefore I need to create a few more here. So there we go. Now I've got 6, and I also need a few more ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that'll be fine. Okay. So let me just take that out again. So just add them in just like that. Okay, right then. So next, if we go back a screen, we can see that we also need to visit cutscene IAP define. Now what this is, if you have cutscenes in your game and you've got in-app purchases, you can define which cutscenes show for various characters that have been purchased via the in-app purchase feature. I'll show you that now. So again, I'll copy that text reference, paste it in the search, and cutscene IAP define. So what this is saying here, you have to put the number of the cutscene and whether there's any of the characters are required to unlock the cutscene. So in this case, enter into level 1, obviously the very first cutscene. There's no requirement, so that will show regardless of any in-app purchases purchased. Same for level 75, entry into the final level, and obviously level 76 is the end of game cutscene. So these all show 1, 75, 76 without the requirement of any cutscenes. You need a reference for this for every cutscene you've got. So if you've got like 50 of your levels, of the 75 levels have got cutscenes, then you need references to everyone like this. However, the ones you want to define characters that need to be purchased in the cutscene, then you need to do it like this. So this is entry into level 27, and there are 3 animals that need to be purchased via the in-app purchase feature to be able to show the cutscene. And obviously that's the ape, the cheetah, and the wolf. And it's got a little comment in here on exactly what they are: level number, number of animals, list animals by ID. So let's say, for example, I want a cutscene at level 74. So there, I would add that in, change that to level 74, and say I wanted the cheetah. Okay, so I'm going to put just the 1 animal required for the cheetah. So I need to put that in the brackets, and now that then is going to give me a cheetah on that level. We've got this little error here, and that is because we need to change the cutscene count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we've got now. So remember here, that needs to go back to a 5. Okay. Okay, and there we have it. Okay, so that's basically how you set your cutscenes and your definition of the cutscenes with IAPs, and how you build the cutscenes on the builder. Okay, thank you very much.